Okay, so let's get started. My name is Leon, full-time live streamer for 11 years. I live in China and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you guys for support. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to turn on the bell icon so that I can receive my notification. Well, okay, changing the light. It's too yellow. Okay. So as always, I think I'm gonna start with reading. Welcome. Let's inform all the people. Starts on YouTube. Okay. So first of all, we can continue with the story reading, shall we? And today we're gonna live stream a little bit longer because it's Friday. It's going to be weekends. Welcome, Heather. Just about time. I just started the live stream, and tomorrow, although it's weekend, but I'm going to Chengdu, southwest of China. Yes, tomorrow at midnight. My plane takes off at midnight because it's cheaper at that time of the day. So I'll be arriving at Chengdu at midnight. So I'll sit straight. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna pack my stuff tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna go to the hair salon to curl my hair. I have my hair done in the afternoon, and then I'm gonna take my suitcase to the airport in the evening, and then I'm gonna be arriving there at midnight because it's a 3-hour plane distance from my place to Chengdu. You see, China is very big, as big as USA, so it takes time to travel from the east to the west. It's like 3-hour plane distance. I'm gonna prepare the lines of the interview that I'm going to have in a week. So I guess I've got plenty much to do on the plane. I have them all printed. So so I'm gonna prepare my lines on the airplane because I'll be spending 3 hours there to that place and then 3 hours back to my place. So 6 hours altogether, 6 hours to prepare for the interview, which is going to happen in a week. So I think I got plenty of time to prepare. And also on the plane to Beijing, you know, tomorrow I'm going to Chengdu. The plane will take 3 hours to Chengdu and back for 3 hours to Hangzhou, altogether 6 hours. And I'm going to travel to Beijing in a week, so it's going to be 3 hours to Beijing and 3 hours back. But I can take advantage of the time back. I'm just going to take advantage of the time that I'm going to Beijing. That 3 hour, so altogether 9 hours for me to prepare for the interview. I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, I think that's enough. With 9 hours of practice and preparation, I think that's about enough, right? To prepare a 30 minutes interview with 9 hours. To use 9 hours to prepare for a 30-minute interview, I guess that's enough. Yeah, that's how I do things. I like to do things carefully and focused. Yeah, so, and today we're gonna continue with a story. When people constructed temples, they're imitating the divine palaces of heavenly realm, and divine statues were reflections of heavenly officials' venerable selves. Temples attracted worship and were where believers gathered, becoming an important source of spiritual power for heavenly officials. And due to various reasons, such as geography, history, and customs, people of different regions often worship different gods. Welcome, Unity. Yeah, okay. So first of all, I'm gonna be reading TGCF, and I'm seeing all seeing the poster of TGCF everywhere in China, and it's very famous, very popular. A heavenly official's spiritual power was maximized on their own turf, and this was the main advantage of having a domain. Only to a heavenly official, like the heavenly emperor, who had believers from all over the world and possessed temples everywhere, was the notion of a main domain meaningless. It was a good thing that the holy temple of Nanfeng's own general was so popular even outside his own domain. He should have been proud, but judging by his expression, this was very much not the case. On the side, Fu Yao gave a slight smirk. Yes, yes, it's deeply loved, Xie Lian said. I just have a question that I don't know if you're going to say you don't know if it is appropriate, then don't say anything. Nanfeng interrupted. No, I was going to say, don't know if anyone has the answer, Xie Lian thought. But he had a feeling that it would be bad if he said it. So in the end, he decided to change the subject again. Yet unexpectedly, Fu Yao languidly said, I know what you want to ask. You must be wondering why there are so many female believers coming to worship. That was indeed the question Xie Lian had in mind. There had always been fewer female believers than male in the martial god's stream. Only Xie Lian himself was an exception. 800 years ago, however, the reason for this expectation was very simple. It was also only two words: good looking. Thank you for listening. Welcome. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you for your support. Welcome, everyone. Udidi. Okay. Okay. I'm learning the pronunciation of a name. Thank you for your uh, clarification. Udidi. Okay. Um, and I think today my voice condition is 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 okay. Yeah, we've got 442 subscribers, and I think after some phase, there will be more people arriving to the live stream. And yeah, I can relate to this part. I think it's similar around the world. Famous people want to have their statue carved beautifully and to be, to exist for forever, right? You had to censor the coming lines. Okay. I will, yeah, I'll look into that. He knew very well that it wasn't because he was distinguished or because he had extraordinary spiritual powers. It was merely due to the fact that his divine statue was good looking, and his palace temples were handsome too. Practically all of his palace temples were constructed by the royal family, and the highest skilled experts and artisans of the kingdom were summoned to sculpt the divine statue exactly in accordance with his face. Besides, because of that face, body in the abyss, heart in paradise, the artisans liked adding flowers to his divine statues and planting seeds of flowering trees at his temple. Thus, at the time, he had another title, the flower crowned martial god. The lady believers liked that his divine statues were good looking and his palace temples were filled with flowers. And due to that alone, they were willing to casually enter to pray. I'm reading very carefully. I'm curious about what's coming. So it's like, just kidding. It's like, I'm just kidding. It's like there's an ambush ahead and I have to take care of that. Yeah, I wonder too. The usual martial gods were too heavy. Killing aura often had their faces sculpted to be serious, savage, and cold. So when lady believers saw, they'd rather pray to the, what's that word? Instead, while this statue of Nanyang had none of the killing aura, was far from good looking, and yet there still seemed to be more female believers praying than male. Nanfeng obviously didn't want to answer this question either, which was making Shelin even more curious. It just so happened that right then, that girl finished her worship. She rose to her feet to reach for the incense, then spun around. Okay. While she was turned away, Shelin nudged the other two. They were already very annoyed. With this nudge, they looked, and whoosh, both their faces dropped. Too ugly, Fuyao claimed. Shelin choked for a moment, then chided Fuyao. Can't talk about girls like that. If he had to be honest, what Fuyao said was true. That girl's face was incomparably flat, looking exactly like someone had leveled it with a slab. Would almost be an insult to say her features were plain. If they must be described, the only crooked nose and slanted eyes could be used. Okay, I hope so. I mean, I have no idea what's coming, so I'm very cautious about what I'm going to read. However, Shelin didn't register whether she was beautiful or ugly at all. The main thing was, when she spun around, there was an enormous tear on the back of her skirt, and he really couldn't pretend he didn't see it. Fuyao was startled at first, but he quickly regained himself. The popped veins on the corners of Nanfeng's forehead also instantly vanished. Seeing his face change colors so drastically, Xiaolian quickly soothed. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. The girl took incense and knelt down anew, said as she prayed. May General Nan Yang gives his blessings. This believer Xiao Ying prays for that ghost groom to be captured soon, so no other innocents will be harmed by him. She was sincere and devout in her prayers and didn't sense anything particular going on behind her at all, nor was she aware that there were three men crouching next to the foot of the divine statue she was praying to. Xiaolian fretted. What do we do? We can't let her walk out like this. Everyone on her way home will see. Besides, judging by that tear on the back of her skirt, it was obvious someone had intentionally ripped it with a sharp object. She probably wouldn't just be seen by a crowd of onlookers, she'd also be publicly laughed at, and that would truly be considerable humiliation. Fuyao was unconcerned. I mean, I'm not quite sure whether I have read that. Don't ask me, the one she's praying to isn't my general Zhuang Zhen, Xuan Zhen. Do not look at what is improper. I saw nothing. Meanwhile, blood was draining from Nanfeng's handsome face. He only knew to wave, not talk. A perfectly fine unbridled, strapping young man was forcibly rendered mute, completely hopeless. And so Xian had no choice but to take action himself, taking off his outer robe and throwing it down below. The outer robe flapped in the air for a moment and drifted down onto the body of that girl, blocking the very inelegant tear on the back of her skirt. The three sighed a breath in unison. Unison. Okay, so have I reached that part? It seems normal right now. Welcome, BTS. I'm reading a book called TGCF. And yeah, I mean, have I reached that part? I'm going to continue reading. However, the breeze was strange, and it startled the girl. Um, she looked around, took off the robe, and hesitated briefly before she placed it onto the altar. She was completely unaware, and after sticking the incense in the burner, she made her way out. They let her out to walk around like that. The little maiden would probably not have the face to look at anyone ever again. The two on Chilean's right and left were either frozen, completely useless, however you wanted them. And he sighed. Nanfeng and Fuyao felt the space beside their bodies empty. Suddenly, Xian had already taken form and jumped down. So yeah, I'm uh, I'm very careful now. The lamplight inside the temple was dim, and a small gust rose from his lip, causing the firelight to flicker. The girl Xiao Ying only saw a blur before a man suddenly emerged from the darkness, reaching out to her with his upper body bare, and she was scared out of her wits right then and there. As expected, she screamed. Just when Xian was about to speak, the girl's slap already out in a flash, and she yelled, "Harassment! Thrack!" And Xian was slapped, just like that. Slap was clear and crisp. The two crouching on the top of the altar both felt the side of their faces twitch at the same time. Xian was mad at the strike, however, and only forcefully suffered the altar rope into her arms, swiftly whispering something. The girl was greatly alarmed, felt her behind, and suddenly flushed red in the face. Tears welled up in her eyes. Who knew whether it was anger or indignation? She clutched the outer rope Xian gave her and dashed out, covering her face, leaving Xian standing there half bare. With the girl gone, the temple was now deserted. A cool breeze wafted through the hall, and was suddenly a little chilly. He rubbed his cheek, and with that red hand mark on half of his face, he turned to the other two. All right, everything's resolved. Nanfeng pointed at him. Did you tear your wounds? Shannon looked down and out. After undressing, what was revealed was a. Oh, I see. A perfect body. Am I allowed to read that? I don't know. I'm new to this platform, so I'm very nervous now. Or I just skip that part. Or I say that in my own words. Okay. So other people's been reading this part? All right. Was revealed was a body, smooth and fair like jade, except its chest was heavily wrapped in layer after layer of white cloth. firmly bound. Even his neck and wrists were wrapped in bandages. Innumerable small cuts crawled out from the edges of the white bandages. Truly a startling sight. He fingered his sprained neck, pretty much recovered by now, so Xidian started unbinding his bandages. Fuyao glanced at him, then questioned, "Who is it?" "What?" Xidian asked. "Who fought you?" Fuyao demanded. "Fought?" Xidian was confused. "No one?" "And all those injuries on your body?" Nanfeng was hesitant. Xidian looked at them blankly. "I fell on my own." "Okay, as long as it is fine." Second account. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. My name is Leon, full time live streamer for 11 years. I like poems, I like reading. Uh, and don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to open your bell icon so that you can receive the notification when I live stream. Those were indeed injuries from when he tumbled down from heaven 3 days ago. If it were from a fight with another person, then Ashley might not have been hurt so badly. Fuyao grumbled something, but it was unclear. Either way, it definitely wasn't praising him for his fortitude, so Shelin didn't bother to ask. Focusing only on removing the heavy layer of bandages from his neck. The next second, Nanfeng and Fuyao's gazes hardened as their eyes fell on his throat. A black collar encircled his snow white neck. Sensing their stare, Xiaodan gave a light smile and turned around. First time seeing a real cursed shackle. Cursed shackle, like its name implied, is a shackle formed by a particular curse. Heavenly officials who were banished from heaven would have the mark of sin forged by the wraith of heaven branded onto their bodies. This brand formed a fetter that sealed spiritual powers away, never to be freed, just like a brand on his face, or change, shackling hands and feet as a form of punishment and a warning was both terrifying and humiliating. Humiliating. Yeah, I'm reading Heaven Officials Blessings, TGCF. And if you have the MDZS copy, you can send me via emails. So that I'll be reading MDZS in the future. As the laughingstock of the three realms who was banished twice, of course, Xilian had such a cursed shackle on his body. It was impossible for those two junior martial officials not to have heard of this before. But there was still a little difference between having heard and seeing it personally. Thus, Xilian could understand why they would react the way they did. He figured this might be making the two junior officials wary and uncomfortable. After all, it wasn't like those shackles were a good thing. At first, he used the excuse of going out to search for clothes in order to get a chance to step outside, but it was stopped in its tracks by Fu Yao's eye roll and his comment. It'd be incredibly indecent for you to go out in the street looking like that. Will you be reading The Husky and His White Cat, Shi Zun? Um, is that the name of a movie? Of a novel? Oh, welcome, Bonita. It's been a long time. Uh, the Husky and His White Cat, Shi Zun. I think I can copy that, and I'm gonna look for it in the future. Yeah, you can always send me requirements through messages. Okay, I see. So if it is if it can be read, then I can read it. I remember I was involved. I was a voice actor of an online audio book. I was a voice actor of an online audiobook. How many years ago? Like 13, 12 years ago. I was a voice actor of a Deme audiobook. So a very interesting experience. Yeah. Welcome. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Leon. Thank you guys for your support and welcome here. Uh, as I take YouTube as the one of the biggest platforms in the world, I think if I'm able to do live streams here, it will be better than Hello Talk. Um, so yeah, I hope that I can have more subscribers and more viewers, more people coming to the live stream. We're gonna enjoy the beauty of language. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy the voice and everything. Okay, so yeah, if yeah, I mean, as long as it's a censored version, then I'll be able to read it. If it's not, then it's impossible to read it, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's been a long time that some of you guys see me clearly, like 4K. I mean, I was existing in VCD for a long time. Yeah, Bonita is here. I mean, I I was like a guy in the VCD for a long time because they didn't improve their graphic quality. So I believe now it's very clear. You can even see the texture of my skin. I can even see the color of my pupil. Every detail. it's it's 4K camera. It's a $4,000 camera, so it's supposed to be like this, and it could be better. I mean, if I record stuff, live streaming, there will be some graphic quality damage. So yeah, now I'm reading TGCF, which is very popular. I I'm a native Chinese. I was born and raised in China. So as you may know that we're not able to use many apps around the world. But recently, I've succeeded in having an official legal VPN so that I'm able to start my YouTube, TikTok, maybe Twitch. I haven't tried those stuff, before. We're not able to use anything other than our own apps in China. So I'm very willing to try new stuff and everything. It's a new experience for me. I have a million Chinese fans in China, but that was like the past 10 years. In the next 10 years, I'm really looking forward to expand my audience, my range of audience, so that my talent and my work can be seen, can be felt, can be taken as a happiness or a good feeling, a good sensation. Yeah, I'm open to new experiences. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe and thank you guys for your support. I'm brand new here, although I have many subscribers, but we've just started very recently, right? So we're on our journey at YouTube. I hope our journey will be bright in the future. And requirements are needed. You can let me know your requirements in my comments, in my videos, and maybe messages. Yeah. Okay, where was I? In the end, it was thanks to Nanfeng who tossed him a temple attendant's robes that he'd grabbed from the back of the building that Shidan was able to stop being so indecent. However, even after they settled back down, it felt like the incident earlier had caused the mood to become somewhat awkward. And so Shidan took out the scroll given by the palace of Ling Wen. He said, "Do you guys want to take another look at this?" Nanfeng raised his eyes and gave him a look. "I've looked through it already. I think he's the one who needs to take a better look at it." "What do you mean?" "I'm the one who needs to take a better look at it," Fu Yao countered. "That scroll isn't detailed at all, completely worthless. You think it's worth another look?" Hearing him say the scroll was worthless, Shilin couldn't help but feel a little sad for the ashen faced junior civil officials at the palace of Dingwen who put this together. "Welcome. This is near because I can watch and listen to you from my computer." You mean, uh, this is neat. Okay, so because it's YouTube, so you can watch with your PC. If it is Hello Talk, then the live stream won't be able to watch on PC. I see. Um, yeah. If novels give degrees, they'll all be professors by now. Lovers of novels. I love novels. It gives me imaginations. Fu Yao then continued. "Oh, yeah? Where were we? The Temple of Nanyang. Why does Nanyang have so many female believers, right?" "All right." Xian put the scroll away and rubbed his pulsing forehead. He understood now. No one would be able to look through it tonight. If they weren't going to focus on the real business, why not see what the side business was all about? Turned out, other than the Royal Highness, who spent centuries collecting scraps in the mortal realm, every deity knew that there was a period of time when Nanyang Zhenzun Fengxing was called Juyang Zhenzun. The man himself deeply detested this title, and everyone only had one word for his experience: injustice. The original correct writing used the characters Juyang, which meant perfect son. The incident that warped them happened many years ago. During that time, a king was constructing a great number of temples and palaces to demonstrate his faith and sincerity. He personally drafted the titles for every temple or palace's establishment plate. But when it came to the palace of Juyang, for some reason, he used characters for Juyang that meant tremendous masculinity. This gave the officials responsible for the construction much grief. They just couldn't figure out whether Majesty changed it intentionally or it was an accident. If was intentional, why wasn't there a clear decree that indicated, yes, this is that we want to change to? If it wasn't intentional, why would their king commit such a low level mistake? It wasn't like they could say, Your Majesty, you're wrong. I knew if His Majesty mistake them for being sarcastic about the carelessness, that they were hinting that his knowledge was shallow, that his heart was insincere. This was His Majesty's royal writing. Are they going to trash it if they weren't going to use it? Thank you for listening and welcome, everyone. Thank you for your support. Cheers. And do send me the copies so that, or the book, so that I'm able to read like uh, the, the later chapters of TGCF and also the MDZS. And yeah, maybe later in the future, I mean, if we have more people in the live stream room, I can cosplay the characters. I can even pay for the makeup artist to help me with that. You know, they're very professional. The makeup artist, they can actually attach some like stuff to your face and then make you look very, very anime, very, very dramatic. I don't know. Their the way to do makeup is superb. Divine beings had hearts most difficult to discern, and the officials were in pure agony. After much deliberation, instead of causing grief for His Majesty, they thought they might as well cause grief for Juyang Zhenzun. Um, am I allowed to type down my email in the comment section? You can send it to my email, or maybe you guys can share the email of mine here in the comment section. Yet to be said that they made the right decision. The king discovered that Perfect Sun had become tremendous masculinity. He didn't make any statements, but instead invited a bunch of scholars to score the ancient texts with great vigor to find countless minuscule reasons and compose many essays to painstakingly prove it should have been tremendous masculinity in the first place and that perfect sum was wrong. In any case, every palace of perfect sun is in the country became a palace of tremendous masculinity overnight. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether I'm available. Those books are available, but as long as you send them to me, if I'm able to read, then I mean we have to check that. Otherwise, I don't want to be blocked or something. Safety first. Here it is. So, yeah, as long as I'm safe, then I'll be reading it. The scene is coming. Okay, so I'll be careful. Am I allowed to read that? Have there been any live streamers reading this part? Is it allowed? Feng Xing, whose divine title changed so randomly, didn't find this out until decades later. He basically had never bothered to look closely at the signs of his own temples, but one day he suddenly felt rather baffled. Why were there so many women coming to pray in his temples, each of them flushed with shyness on her cheeks? What in the world were they praying for and offering incense? After figuring it out, he charged up to the peak of the ninth sky and shouted his curses to his scorching sun in the vast skies. He shocked every heavenly official. After he was done cursing, there was nothing he could do, so he could only relent. It wasn't like he could pick on those women who were praying so sincerely, so he forced himself to listen for many years. It wasn't until a decent ruler came along who thought tremendous masculinity was horribly obscene, that was changed to Nanyang. Oh, I get it. Southern Sun. nonetheless. So the Nanyang actually means masculinity, right? Yeah. Which word? Give me a heads up. Start with what letter? Nonetheless, no one forgot what else he could grant beyond his duties as martial god. However, everyone also upheld an unspoken rule: never call him by that name. At the same time, they also upheld a general consensus how to evaluate this Nanyang Zhenjun. But one word: good. Don't let him open his mouth to yell at people that everything should be good. Nanyang's face already as dark as the bottom of an aged wok. And Fuyao was suddenly feeling poetic, and he recited demurely. Friend of woman. Also, start with which word? Let's start with which letter? That will be a word. A trusty companion asked for a son. Most powerful is he. The secret formula to bolster masculinity, a song of prayers. Nanyang delivers. Aha, ha ha ha, aha, ha ha ha. Shiren was, I'm very cautious right now. Shiren very kindly held back his laugh, leaving a bit of face for Nanyang in front of his divine statue. Nan Feng, however, was outraged. Don't you act all sarcastic here. If you're really that bored, go sweep the floor. The moment those words were spat, Fuyao's face also darkened to the color of the pot bottom. If the palace of Nanyang couldn't stand to hear the words tremendous masculinity, then the palace of Shenzhen couldn't stand to hear people bring up the term sweep. This was because when Mu Qing was still an errand boy at the Royal Holy Temple, all he did all day was serve tea, deliver water, sweep, and change the sheets for Xilian at the palace of the Crown Prince. Okay. One day, Xilian saw him silently reciting training incantations while sweeping, was thus moved by his spirit for learning and hard work under such harsh and difficult circumstances, and persuaded the state preceptor to take him in as a disciple. How do you best describe this incident? It could be considered grand or insignificant. It could be humiliating or a compliment. Compliment. It depended entirely on the individual in question. Obviously, the individual in question had taken it as the humiliation of his life, since Mu Qing and every martial warrior under his command would flip out whenever they heard the word sweep. Sure enough, Fu Yao steadied himself, then after throwing a look at Shiren, was waving his hand, appearing fully innocent. He snared. Okay, welcome. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys are enjoying my reading. Listen to you. Those who don't know think your palace of Nanyang sides with the palace of the crown prince and fights hard to right the injustices against him. Nanfeng sneered too. Your general certainly is the ungrateful one that bites the hand that feeds him. What more can I say? Hmm. Xian was just trying to intercept when Fu Yao aha ha and said, Cattle is calling the pot back black. What right do you have to point fingers? Listening to them turned him into the mallet, with which they took turns to beat the heavenly officials standing right up there on the altar. It's over? Xian finally couldn't take it any longer. Wait, hold up. Stop, stop. Oh, I didn't realize. Of course, no one paid him any mind, and they even started throwing fists. Who knew who threw the first punch? But either way, the altar was split in half just like that, and platters of fruit rolled all over the ground. Seeing how there was no way he could stop this fight anymore, Qian set himself in a corner and heaved a sigh. What a sin. Then he picked up a small streamed bun that had rolled to his feet. He dusted off its skin, was about to bite down, when Nanfeng saw him from the corner of his eye and immediately slapped it away. Don't eat that. Fuya stopped too and appeared shaken and disgusted. How can you eat it when it's rolling in the dirt? Shannon used this chance to raise his hand. Stop, stop, stop. I have something to say. He separated the two and said, looking amicable, first, that Highness, the Crown Prince you two speak of, happens to be me. The Highness hasn't even said anything, so don't sling me around like a weapon to attack each other. They paused for a moment, then added, I don't think your generals would ever behave like this. If you to act so decorously, you'll ruin their reputations. When those words were spoken, the faces of the other two changed to something indiscernible. Shirin continued. Second, you two are here to help me, right? So is it you who listens to me, or is it me who listens to you? It was a moment before the two replied. We listen to you. Yeah, he, he cherished that. He cherished. I can very well relate to that behavior. But their faces looked like they were saying, "Listen to you, dream on." Xilen was already very satisfied. Then Pa, he put his hands together in prayer. Good. Now, thirdly, the most important thing, if you must throw something, then please throw me instead of food. Nanfeng finally pried away the steamed bun that Xilian had clenched in his grip, hoping for a chance to eat it. He said, looking like he couldn't take it anymore. If it's fallen to the ground, don't eat it. I can relate to this because steamed bun is our daily food, and when we're hungry, steamed bun would be a delicious food for us. Yeah, it will make us full, not hungry anymore. I would love to eat that when I'm hungry, with pickles, with salted eggs, with um, with fish, with everything. Steamed bun, and yeah, even if it is dropped on the ground, we would like to savor it, but it's not clean, so we have to throw that. The next day, back at the little shop of chance encounters, the team master was once again by the entrance relaxing with his leg up. I saw the three approaching from a distance. The cultivator in light, simple white robes with a bamboo hat hung on his back led the way, while two tall black clad youths trailed behind him. You know, let me share with you a little interesting stuff. As English is not my native tongue, it's my foreign language. So when I speak English a lot, my jaw will feel sore. That's very strange because it's not my native language. I don't know if if you learn Mandarin Chinese, if you speak Mandarin Chinese for a long time, I don't know whether your jaw will be sore. You know what I mean? It's like a sport because it's foreign language. I'm trying to perfect the art of making steamed buns. I'm sure you're gonna make it. Oh, that happens, right? So it's a workout. Speaking another language, another. You know that word is very hard for us. Another. Considering I'm in China I'm 33 this year, and I've been living in China for 31 years and a half. I've only been abroad for half a year. So, when I'm speaking English a lot, then my jaw will be sore. um, I think when I'm speaking English, my mouth is, how do I say that? Horizontally. And what is that, Lee? I need to split my mouth wider. 当我说中文的时候 can see when I'm speaking Chinese, my mouth barely moves. 当我说中文的时候，我的嘴型差不多就这样，我不用张嘴张得很大，就是差不多就这么圆形的时候，我就可以说。No, I don't use strength and my mouth shaped like I don't have to move my mouth that much if I speak Chinese. I know what you mean. The muscle movements are different. Yeah, dumplings. I ate dumplings this evening. Um, yeah, for example, understand. You need to use your muscles. 但是如果说中文的话，我就不需要，我的嘴大概那么大就行了。But as it is my native tongue, so I might not speak that very perfectly. It's not like 当我说普通话像一个播音员, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm speaking like an announcer. So if I'm speaking very casually, 那么我就对吧？很简单，不用用太多。I don't use too many strength when I'm speaking naturally and very daily pronunciation or accents. 就这样就很简单，都不用打。I don't use too much strength when I'm speaking naturally or in my daily life. I want to learn Chinese. I can read KOD in the original language. You can start by imitating simple lines, or you can just send the simple lines to me and I'll read it for you. I can teach you. Dumplings are delicious. I think there are dumplings in India as well, right? Indian dumplings, fried dumplings. But for us, we eat boiled dumplings without the water. Or someone would eat it with water. It depends on one's habit. The next day, back at the little shop of chance encounters, the team master was once again. Okay, I read this before. The cultivator strolled up languidly with crossed arms, and he spoke equally languidly, sounding more idle than the old man. Shopkeeper, 3 cups of tea, please. The team master smiled. Coming. I understand the C dramas without subtitles. That's one reason. Yeah, I mean, like I'm doing impressions. I think doing impression is definitely one way to improve the language. If you repeat the lines, then you get familiar with the vocabulary, the pronunciation. Oh, welcome, Sally. I'm reading the novel right now and I'm chatting with you guys. Um, I think if you want to improve your Chinese, you can do it like me. Start with impressions, and then I can correct your pronunciation. Um, Starting with words and lines, and then I'm gonna correct your pronunciation, and then you're gonna understand the or know how to speak, and then gradually you'll be a master of Mandarin Chinese. Honey fry, wide variety of dumplings are available. There is this Indian restaurant in Hangzhou, in my city, and I know the owner. She's Indian, and there are so many delicious Indian food there. There was once an American restaurant in Hangzhou, in my city, but it was closed. I guess most people. I mean, I don't know. It depends on the owner, right? The Indian restaurant is rather small, so I guess the rent is not very much. But that American restaurant, it was big, but now it was closed. It was a pity. I really like to go there. I like ribs there. And there is a Western restaurant downtown. They have Italian food, they have American food, they have ribs, and pretty good ribs. But I don't believe their ribs are a comparison to yours. I mean, those huge chunks of meat and kebab and barbecue and grilled meat. That's what I want to try. Anyway, how many pages do we left? Oh, it's almost. I'm gonna finish this chapter. Then he thought to himself, those three silly guys are here again. What a shame. Each looks lighter than the others, but each of their brains is more damaged than the next. What God, what ghost, what heavens? You're crazy. What good is a decent face? Xian still picked the spot next to the window, and after they settled, Nanfeng spoke up. Why do we have to come here to discuss things? You sure there won't be people listening in? Shannon replied warmly. It's fine. Even if other people hear us, they don't care. They only think we're insane. Tex Mex food. Definitely. Yeah. So that's how I train my muscles by reading a foreign language. It's sweet, I guess. It's a little sweet, a little sour sometimes, a little sweet, and not too much salt compares to the hams of Spain and Italy. That's my own experience. I'm not eating the authentic American food anyway. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Hello, in India, Chinese foods aren't real Chinese. They improvise the dishes. Yeah, that happens in America, in Canada, in Northern Europe. So, I mean, if you want to try real Chinese food, you need to come to China. And also, I think there are more than 50 or even 100 types of Chinese food because we have 5,000 years of history and China is very big. Every province, the taste is totally different. Like the Southwest, I'm going to tomorrow, the food there is very spicy. And my hometown is very salty. And now the place that I'm in, it's a little sweet. And, it's totally different. Yeah. It's very spicy. It's how do I describe it? It's like a bomb in your mouth. It's burning like a flamethrower in your mouth. That's how spicy that is. I mean, considering the province that I live in, Zhejiang province, the province that I live in, the accents are so different. And as I was showing uh, in our last live stream, like, okay, see you, Woodity. Like for example, the city that I live in, they would say things like 这个气候这and the city next to my city, they would be sounding like "妹妹 nishima, amako ni tsumanda, ni zachunya." And a little south, it sounds like "satanu." uh, Hadzi. No, it's so different. Even in one province, different city has completely different accents, and they don't understand each other, although they live next to each other. You know what I mean? And their food is so different. Like now, I'm here, right? In my province, I'm here. North of my city is sweet. South of my city is sour. West of my city is spicy. And east of my city is salty. And their accents are 100% different. They can't understand each other. Just four cities next to each other. They don't understand each other's accents and their food tastes totally different. Just imagine that. I'm very confused too. And there are many guessings. They say, well, this group of people from immigrants from where, and that group of people were immigrants from where. It's a 5,000 year history country with with a big continent and with big uh, so many big provinces. So different provinces, different tastes. It's incredible. Every place I go, the food is totally different. Into west of your city, is it spicy? Yeah, it's very spicy. I can promise you, it's a kind of flavor that I'm not used to. And their famous dish is duck head. And now it's getting more popular everywhere. But the best duck head you can find is that city. And they eat spicy duck head. I've tried that once. The taste is good, but it's too spicy. If it is not spicy, then I would love the taste. And and also duck neck. So they have so many interesting dish. Um, and with very specific cooking techniques. Heavy spice I used when I was younger. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know heavy spice that we are talking about is the same type of heavy spice. For example, the heavy spice in south of China and in the west of our city, it's very strange. Only that city in my province eats spicy, very spicy food. Other cities don't eat spicy food in my province. And and from where I came from, my hometown, we eat nothing spicy. So that's spicy. How do I describe it? It's like you're eating an egg that was freshly cooked. It's burning. It's hot. It's like needles pointing at your tongue and your mouth. It's suffering for me. Too spicy. And when I was in southwest of China, I told them every time, no spice. No spice at all. At all. Then the restaurant owner or the cook would literally add nothing spicy. If I said not spicy, they would add spice in the dish nonetheless, unless you specifically point out not even one bit of spice. No, no, and they won't add even a bit. But if you just, I would like this dish not spicy, and they would add spice, you know, nonetheless. So that's very interesting. Um, Can you ask them to make with less spice, or they? Yeah, just like that. They would not be offended, but some place I'm not sure. Maybe they will be offended if you don't add spice. I've seen restaurants saying if you want no spice, then you're out of here. I'm not going to serve you. I've seen that. But the place that I went to in the southwest of China, we can ask for no spice, but we have to repeat that and make sure that 0%, nothing, nada, not at all, and they won't add spice. If you're just saying that, if you just say, well, I like this noodle not spicy, they'll add spice. In their opinion, it's not spicy at all. But for you, for me, it was like, oh, this is a true story, a very true story. I went on a trip to Southwest with my schoolmates, like 70 or 80 people. We went there to perform, and most of us are not used to the spicy food there. So sometimes when we were on the bus, you can see everyone were in agony like this. Because it burns if you eat spicy food in your stomach, your intestine. It's like half of us were like this on the bus. And there's one girl who was very cute. And he said, I went to the bathroom 5 times today. And we were so awkward. And we would be talking about this because at my birthday party, she would come. So we would said that to her again, like when we were in Southwest, and said, I went to bathroom 5 times that day. So that was because she ate something spicy. So that's how spicy that is. So you need to try that. You need to try that. It's meant. I can't forget. It's a disaster. It's like I, I'm eating lava, and the lava is in my stomach like that. So that's spicy. So if you want to try it, I suggest you don't try much, just in case. But if you're used to the spice, then I think you're all right. And um, from my where I came from, my hometown, we ate um, salty food. Like we boil the egg and we dip the egg into the salt and we eat it. You know, we dip the boiled egg, into the salt and eat it with the salt. You can actually feel the texture of the salt in your mouth. So high blood pressure is often found in our in the people in the people where I came from. So steamed chicken with bamboo shoots, ghost chilies. So it depends on the place where you go. Every place you go, the food are different. So, like I said before, I've been traveling these days around China on business trips. Oh, welcome, Diksha. Welcome. So, I traveled a lot these days, but on business trip around China, business trips around China. So I've been eating all kinds of food, having all kinds of drinks, and I'm going to different tourist spots. So in that case, if you're in China, if you're in big cities, I'm able to help you with sightseeing because I'm familiar with where to go, where to eat, where to drink. I'm very used to many cities now. Uh, like I did city walks a lot of time, and I like to discover the cultural side of the city, something authentic. I like boiled egg and salt, so we have the similar taste, I guess. So I eat the ham, like a burger or parma ham, without anything. So people think that, well, that's too spicy. Welcome. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. So we were talking about um, taste and food. And let's continue with there are a few left. Shirin wrote warmly, "It's fine." In order to avoid the three of us continuing to waste each other's time like this, let's lay it out, Shirin said. Now that we've calmed down overnight, you guys thought of any ideas? Fu Yao's eyes flashed, and he said coldly, "Kill it." No, Nanfeng said. Nanfeng, don't be so rude. Fu Yao didn't say anything wrong. Shirin said, the way to solve this problem is to kill the creature. But the bigger issue is, where do we go? What are we killing? How do we kill it? I suggest. At that moment, the sound of gongs and drums came from the main street, and the three looked out the window. Um, I'm not sure what that is, but I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the name of the Indian foods, but I tried many Indian foods. There is this Indian restaurant around me. I like to go very often. I recently discovered that Chinese people eat sweet popcorn. Oh, you told me that. Yeah, we eat sweet popcorn more than we eat salty popcorn. Yeah, caramel popcorn, like with yeah, with maple or with burnt sugar. Yeah, sweet popcorn anyway. Oh, cream, sweet creamed butter popcorn instead of salty popcorn. But I'm open to salted popcorn. I like salted popcorn. It's just it's hard to find. I mean, most of the popcorns are very sweet with butter, with sugar, with cream. Was that bleak and tragic wedding procession again? This party of men and horses blew their instruments to the utmost, hollering and cheering as they were afraid people couldn't hear what they were about. Nanpeng frowned. Isn't it said that the people around Mount Yujun don't make spectacles of these rituals anymore? This procession consisted of large, strong, buff men. Their impressions and muscles were both taut, and cold sweat oozed from their foreheads. It was like they weren't carrying a festive and cheery bridal satin, but rather a gullet, gulletin. I don't know how to pronounce that. That end their lives early. Made one wonder just what sort of person was seated in that satin. After hesitating for a moment, just as Shilin was thinking about going to check things out, a sinister wind blew past, raising one of the curtains at the side of the set. Sometimes I want butter and salt. They eat only sweet popcorn. That's a culture shock for both sides. Yeah, most of people, like 90% of sweet popcorns. My mother loves popcorn. She loves popcorn, but now she um, couldn't eat it because she has a tendency of diabetes. So she wouldn't be able to eat sugar. But before she liked the popcorn so much that I would buy her popcorn, sweet popcorn, and sometimes she would share a little bit with me, but I don't want to, you know, eat them all. So I just eat a little bit, and I say, "You eat it, you eat it." She loved those, and I'm not, able to eat too many things that are sweet. So the figure behind the curtain was lying slumped in a very strange position inside. Her head was bent in an awkward angle, and underneath the bridal veil, there were bright red lips curled in an overly exaggerated smile. The satin tipped, covering fell, exposing a pair of buggling eyes staring their way. From the looks of it, this was clearly an old woman with her neck wrung, who was now laughing at them uproariously but soundlessly. Perhaps it was because the satin carriers were shaking too hard, but that bridal satin wasn't steady in the least, so the woman's head bounced along with the bumps. They bumped and bumped and thud. The head fell off and rolled onto the street. The headless body sitting inside the satin also fell forward with a bang, and the whole person crashed out of the satin. Oh, this sounds scary. It has many features, this novel. Many features. Thank you for listening. So that's the end for chapter 2. I'm looking forward to chapter 3, and let's start chatting. Let's see whether you guys have more topics and something you want to ask. Cheers. Welcome, everyone. I don't even look at the time. How long have I been live streaming? Oh, I didn't even notice. 1 hour and 17 minutes. That's crazy. I thought it was only like 40 minutes. It's 1 hour and 20 minutes now. And it's 1 a.m. in China. And she sounds so cute. Oh. I mean, yeah, this is very diversified. It has many features. So I'm looking forward to the coming story. Um, do you have any questions? Anything you want to talk about? And if it is possible, you can subscribe me on Take. Oh, wait. So I guess maybe you can. Can you find me by searching this? Yeah, good time always fly. How do you look so great in every single color? You mean clothes? Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm a what is that? Let me check. Comedian. That's why I'm good at each color. Thank you. Thank you very much. Besides your home city, where is your favorite city in China? That's a good question. I haven't been thinking about that. Um, Maybe the city I live in right now, Hangzhou. would be the next best city I like in China. But maybe later when I'm traveling more, I think I'm gonna find more place of interests so that I would I will be familiar with all with more cities. I like the city where there are business section, CBD Central Business District, and also large natural tourists of interest, somewhere I can be immersed in nature. So both nature and business. That would be a city that is suitable for me, I guess. Oh, I thought you were talking about this character in the novel. Oh, you were talking about my mother. Yeah, I see. Yeah, she's very cute. She's I give her a nickname. I call her um, porcelain doll, but I don't call her that. I think she's, she needs protection after my father had gone. So, welcome everyone. Nice to meet you guys. And I hope one day there will be more people coming to the YouTube live streaming like Hello Talk. I believe in the future, one day there are going to be more people in here than Hello Talk. But right now, um, like if like right now, if a live stream on Hello Talk, there will be more newcomers. But I'm sure in the future here it's going to have more audience. I watched a movie about. It's a very sensitive movie. It's about Second World War in China. I don't know whether I'm able to talk about that. But before that, I think I have watched. Oh, what was the name of that movie? John Wick. Ballet stuff. What was that name of that movie? I only know that I remember the Chinese name of it. John Wick. Ballet stuff with that girlfriend of Tom Cruise. I watched that and I remember his lines in that movie. It was like, "You do have a choice." Yeah, go back. Yeah, that was the lines that I remembered. A good movie. I enjoy watching it, and I hope that there will be more John Wick movies in the future. Since I've already have one tailored suit, exactly the same with his Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I think that's a very quick pace movie, and you get pleasure from watching that movie. Yeah, the new one. Yeah. So now it's very warm. It's like 35 degrees Celsius every day. Even with the air conditioner, I won't be able to wear suits. But when it's autumn or maybe it's winter, I will be wearing that suit again. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. It's very interesting and very warm that nowadays, if you want to watch dramas on TV, you have to pay for the membership. Like there is primary membership, silver membership, golden membership, diamond membership, and star membership or galaxy membership. So today, she said she wasn't be able to watch dramas on the TV. Oh, Ballerina, John Wick. So I said, I've checked my account. My membership is still valid. Why you can't watch dramas on TV? And we checked for like half a day, and we find out that the drama that she wanted to watch requires diamond membership. Oh, there is even one in between, like white gold membership. So the drama that she wanted to watch requires diamond membership. And I only have primary membership. And there was in between, like, I charged for golden membership, and she still wasn't able to watch that drama. And we were so confused. And then at the end of the day, we knew that that drama requires diamond membership, and I only have golden membership. So we weren't able to watch that drama. So she said, um, forget about it. I said, I only add $2 every month. I'll do it. And she said, we're loser to, we lost to the capitalism. I said, there is a way to find, I'm going to teach her, you know, with my laptop to save her money. But yeah, it was very dramatic. So you have to pay a lot to be able to watch a certain drama. If you just pay for the gold membership or just the primary membership, then most of the shows you're not able to watch. So we have to, since I want to make her happy, so I've paid for the wide gold membership. How do I say that? Let me check. Oh, plan platinum, platinum, platinum membership. So that now she is able to watch like 80% of the dramas on TV because she had two chemos and she felt very, very exhausted, very tired. So I said, don't have to think about anything. You should watch the dramas. And if you're tired, you go to sleep. And when you wake up, you continue watching the dramas, make you happy. And then when you're tired, you go to sleep just to pass this period and finish all the chemos and surgeries. I'm sure she's going to be all right. So, and I told her, try to enjoy your life and then try to sleep as much as possible. Yeah. Anyway, we have worked it out by our superpower, cash superpower, like Batman. Hulu. Oh, okay. So let's see, or let's check whether we're able to read something of it, some part of it. But if we're not able to read it, then we won't read it. Got to complete the Final Destination movie series. Wow, good for you. She likes dramas on TV, and I'm gonna make sure that she can watch whatever she wants to watch. I don't think there's a drama I can't afford. That would be sad. Drama, I think she's been watching some contemporary stories, modern times, recent times. I'm checking my um, dictionary. Recent times, recent period, like in the 90s, 19th century, 18th, no, 20th century, 20th century stories. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. IT is so capitalism. You know, that's what I'm talking about. IT has primary membership, golden membership, platinum membership, diamond membership, galaxy membership. That's crazy. And each membership allows you to watch more dramas. And unless you are like galaxy membership, you're not able to watch most of the shows. So that's crazy. I think that's not good. So what kind of membership have you been paying for Aichi? Custom period drama? Yeah. Can't find show on Netflix, so let's try and give up. So I think that's so I don't know how to describe that, Too hungry basic subscription. So you can only watch 20% of the shows on IG. For those who are on there now, I guess you need a Galaxy membership. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how to describe that. I think that's very hungry. From then, I have been watching slightly older dramas. Cancel the subscription. No, it's crazy. It's like, okay, now you're a primary membership. You're a primary member of the IG, but 90% of our shows are not available to you. If you want to watch 20% more of the shows on our platform, then you need to pay more to be golden membership. But if even if you're a golden membership member, you can only watch 80% of our shows. No, 20 or 30% of our shows. For that 70 or 60%, you have to be a platinum membership. I think. Yeah. Yeah. So, and they're trying to buy copyright so that they're gonna establish their walls against another platform. So every platform has its own copyright shows to be watched, and so that's how it is right now. If you want to watch this show, then you need to buy this membership on this platform, and if you want to watch that show, you need to buy that membership on that platform, like that. Yeah, like for example, oh, welcome diamond membership. Welcome and thank you for paying so much money every month to be our diamond membership. But you're only you're only able to watch 80% of our shows. Then you have to pay more for that extra 20% of our shows. So would you please update your membership? So it's like that. I can I can see I can just imagine that guy, but there won't be that guy. It's just the algorithm. I can picture a guy standing there promoting a higher level of membership. So yeah, it's crazy. I think there should be only two levels of membership. One is no membership. Two is membership. I accept that the membership is a little expensive, but I don't like five standards of six standards of membership. That's crazy. My brain's gonna explode. You know. Yeah, I think we should support those copyright owner, but I think those platforms should take advantage of the copyright owner and to just make things more complex. Hmm. Yeah. So for me, the thing is, I don't have time to watch dramas unless it is a great drama or it's a drama that I like. I just finished watching Rome. I don't know whether you guys have watched that show. I think it's a very tremendous, very meaningful, very historical show to be watched. Rome 1, Rome 2, played by um, many actors who also are in Game of Thrones. I can't remember the names of those characters, or I can't remember the actor's name, but I remember the characters. Titus Pullet, Lucius Varenus, Julius Caesar, and and Octavius. Yeah, we've been watching the dramatic Chinese drama on TikTok, the ones they make to be so dramatic to hook you. Are those short dramas, right? I'm very aware of that, and it's we've been talking about that in China. The short drama, we call it short dramas. What do you call it? We call it short dramas, and they are very. I think they're very. Sometimes you can't stop watching it, although there is no meaning in watching it. So for me, I won't watch those short dramas, and I won't watch many shorts because I don't think they have any meaning or value. Like I said, today I woke up, I I asked for a house cleaner in my house, and then I was recording videos, and then I was teaching people how to do business, and then I was live streaming for Chinese fans. Then I'm live streaming now. And then tomorrow, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to pack my suitcases, and I'm going to the salon, going to the hair salon to make my hair, and I'm going back, and I'm going to take my suitcases to the airport. I'm going to arrive in Chengdu at midnight, and then I'm going to return, unpack my suitcases at midnight, and wake up to teach kids English, and then work out, and then live streaming on Chinese platforms and on different platforms. So my schedule is so packed, so full, so I don't have time to watch those. Cinderella and her CEO. It's crazy, but it's so attractive or addictive. Those short dramas, as we call it. These days, I prefer Chinese variety shows or dramas, and then someone comes to promise drama. I try to watch it. They're like B films to me. I watch them ironic. They shorts. It's always CEO and Robert. That's yeah. We've been talking about that in China, and it seems that many people in America they like that. I mean, they want to pay for that. and they need to watch it, but they might not like it, you know? It's very ironic. Some people, I'm not saying Americans, but many people, like even Chinese, they don't like to watch it, but they have to pay for it, and they need to finish watching them. You know, that urge. That's why I stay away from those. Oh, yeah, you have to pay much to unlock the latter episodes. Yeah, there are many handsome CEOs in China, but not in that way. You know, those are pretty Korean plot. I think we call it. How do we call it? 霸道总裁，霸道总裁. um, Domineering president, domineering CEO plot. We have a phrase. We have a buzzword for that. Bossy CEO or potent CEO 霸道总裁. So it's like a trick, like routine, or how do I say that? Routine tricks. 霸道总裁, bossy CEO type of plot. I think that was originated in Korea. There are many handsome Chinese CEOs, but not in that way. I mean, the handsome Chinese CEOs that I have met, they're normal. I mean, they're not so bossy. They're humble, or they don't talk much. They're very patient and they're very kind, and they're very, they focus on their works and meetings. Like, yeah, those are the CEOs that I met. There's same for those. Change the names to American names, like a train wreck. It's bad. You can't look away. Yeah, that's how content um, take advantage of our humanity. Um, for any of these addicting shorts, the fact that these actors got together to make them is still amazing. Explains why I love Korean dramas. Yeah, I think that's pretty Korean type of plot. Yeah, so that's very interesting. Sometimes you don't want to watch it, but you have to watch it. You don't want to continue, but you paid for it. That's how it works. It gets in your brain, controls you. So I'm very aware of that. That's why I turn to watch long videos, and I tend to talk to people in real life. There are many handsome, rich CEOs in China because, as you can see, I think East Asians, like Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, we tend to be very hardworking, both at our work and on our appearance, like suits, ties, belt, leather shoes. Dedicate way of somehow the way we treat our works affect the way we treat ourselves. So you can see many CEOs, they work out a lot. They're very skinny or they're very chunky, but not all of the CEOs. I mean, I think most of the CEOs are quite normal. It's just a group of, or just a little group of people who are group of CEOs are handsome. I met many cool CEOs, and they're very cruel to themselves. They train themselves to be humble, patient, reasonable, healthy, nice body figure, and they pay attention to what they speak and they practice their articulation. Thank you, Sally. Um, I don't know. I'm flattered. Many handsome CEOs. Maybe I'm one of them, but forget CEOs can also be from very small startup companies. Yeah, as long as you have a company, you're CEO, and it's not like those big corporations. Okay, so we've been live streaming for 1 hour and 46 minutes. I think I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm not saying I'm not involved or happy. I'm very happy. It's just it's late. It's almost 2 a.m. So you're from California, then to wear outdoor clothes. So pretty casual. And people, my kids are starting to go crazy. I'm going to head out. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty much. I mean, I need to start to get ready for bed because tomorrow there are lots of things I need to do. I need to pack my suitcases. I'm going there for 4 days, so I need to pack like 3 or 4 set of clothes, casual, casual, business. I need to pack a lot of sets of my clothes for matching. And I don't want to be there and wear the same clothes every day. And yeah, because I might not be able to reach the hotel at this time tomorrow. So it's a long trip. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna pack my suitcases. I'm going to have my hair cut short and curl that, and then I'm gonna go to the airport. Yeah, I think it's pretty late, and thank you guys for your support. I I hope that we're gonna have more people coming to the YouTube live stream because here you can see I'm very clear. The graphic is very clear, but on Hello Talk I'm very blurry. Although I think I'm like a bar singer. I go from bars to bars, like Chinese live stream and Hello Talk live stream, YouTube live stream, TikTok live stream. I might be live streaming on 4 platforms every day. I might be. So yeah, that's very interesting. It's a challenge. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be sharing pictures of that city, like I did, sharing Suzhou. I hope I can find really good places to take pictures, and definitely I'm gonna be. The next live stream will be on next Wednesday or Thursday because I'll be back on next Tuesday at midnight. So I'm gonna inform you beforehand. Just stay contact, and I'm going to give you notifications before my live stream. Okay. So thank you all for your support. Thank you for listening, and have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good one and enjoy the weekend. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice Friday. And see you next time. 晚安，Good night，谢谢，下次见，See you next time. Yeah, bye bye. Thank you.